everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. So as you can see, I am barefaced today. I definitely wanted to do a chit chat, get ready with me, just kind of like catching up with you all, letting you know how my year on YouTube has been, just my thoughts on everything, also just some updates regarding the last video I posted. So just wanting to have the opportunity to talk to you guys, catch up, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I do have just a like glowy primer on. It's actually a like glowy sunscreen that I'm kind of using as primer, but I'm also using the Urban Decay B6 Vitamin Infused Complexion Prep Spray. This is like an unofficial project pan, so I'm just wanting to finish this up, but it's really great for priming the skin, so I've already done that. So while I'm letting all of that absorb into my skin, and also while I'm waiting for my sponge just to kind of dry a little bit more, I just want to kind of talk to you guys. So firstly, I just want to introduce myself once more. My name is Sabrina. This is my YouTube channel, and I'm so happy to be able to have this platform just to be able to talk about makeup, just to talk about our lives and kind of provide an escape for you, I hope. I live in San Antonio, Texas, and I have 5 pets. I'm happily married. This is just kind of a hobby for me right now. YouTube anyways. I do work full time. I'm in graduate school at the moment, and so I'm super, super hectic. My husband and I, just bought a house very recently, almost 3 months ago at this point. And yeah, if you've been with me ever since I started my channel, thank you. I really appreciate you being here and just your continued support. It does mean a lot. So just a little bit about how or why I started my channel. And now I'm going to go ahead and just go into makeup. I'm going to be using my CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir foundation. This actually expires in January, so I'm wanting to use it up, or at least get as much use out of it as possible. So why I started. So firstly, I'm going to be looking down here because this is where my mirror is. Firstly, I've always wanted a YouTube channel. It was always something that I wanted to do, and I felt at the time that because I was unemployed, because I had just quit my job, I felt that there was no better time than the present, back then, to do it. So I was just like, you know what, like I have the time on my hands since I'm not, and I wasn't in school at the time either. And so I was like, I have time on my hands to just kind of like learn how to edit and, create videos and figure out how I do everything and things like that. I do film on my phone. That's why my quality isn't the greatest. I also film in pretty much natural lighting. I do have a ring light that's above me, and that's probably all of the light that's coming in right now, just because it's still, morning. It's actually 8:54 right now. Yeah, that's pretty much why I started. I wanted a channel, and I figured since I wasn't working at the time, it would be a perfect time to start one. So that's kind of like how that all went. Do I like it? So yes, I do like it. I have notes here. These are just notes that I took myself of what I wanted to cover in today's video. But anyways, yeah, I do like it. I think it's kind of an escape for me. It's definitely an outlet for me to just kind of like talk about makeup, to talk about my favorites, what I'm loving, things like that. I do really like it. It's a lot of work, obviously, being, in grad school full time, working full time, and then having to do this. It's a lot. But to me, it's a nice hobby right now that I really don't mind. Like, it's something that just keeps me busy. It's something that keeps me entertained, and just, and it's something that I don't mind doing. Do you know what I mean? So I really don't mind filming. Obviously, that's like the best part. And then editing is not, super, super bad. I know that my editing skills are probably not the best, but I mean, I think they're okay. I think it's enough to, please my audience, I guess. But yeah, so I do like it. I think it's fun. I think it's a great outlet, like I said, just to kind of talk to my subscribers, to just talk about makeup, things that I love, all of that. So channel goals. I definitely want to grow my channel. At this point, I don't know how far I want my channel to go. Like, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's something that I would want to do as my career yet. I don't know. I would for sure love it to get to the point where I can quit my full-time job. Like, I would totally love that because I am someone who's always wanted to, like, even if YouTube was part-time and I quit my full-time job and then got a part-time job and I also did YouTube part-time, I would love that because I already don't like the demanding schedule of like a full-time job, you know? Um, with my job currently, it's a lot. Like, I'm constantly working evenings and constantly working weekends. Not as much, but definitely evenings. Like, I work evenings all the time. And it's a lot, you know? And then, like, being in grad school on top of that. And I will say my work is paying for my grad school. So, like, there's that, you know? Like, obviously, I'm thankful for that benefit. But it's a lot. Like, if I was working just a regular 9 to 5, 8 to 5 job, and then going to grad school, it would be so much easier because at least I know every evening and weekend I can dedicate towards my channel, right? Or towards grad school. So I would love for my channel to grow to the point where I can quit my full-time job, work somewhere else part-time, and then do YouTube part-time. I would love that. But I guess the reason that I'm unsure about how I want it to grow is because I don't know if in 5 years I'm gonna love makeup as much as I do now. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like you're young, and so it's really easy to like play with makeup and to feel beautiful in makeup. But I feel like once you get older, and especially like my husband and I, we're gonna want to have kids hopefully in the next like few years or so, that I probably won't have time to like love makeup as much as I do. And like, it's just gonna kind of become just something that I do in my daily life rather than, you know, it's a passion and I want to grow my collection. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. As of right now, I would love for it to be a part-time job for me. Like, I would love to use it as like part-time income. That's kind of my goal. But more like short-term goals, I think I'm currently at 71 subscribers, which thank you to all of you who have recently subscribed. It means a lot. I would love to get to 100 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year. I really don't see that happening, but I'm hopeful. But I would also like to hit like 500 subscribers short term. And then of course like 1,000 subscribers and then being monetized, like all of that would be really, really great. So there's that. So that's kind of like goals. Now I want to talk about the beauty community and like my thoughts on it, things like that. So my thoughts on the beauty community, the negatives, and I want to start with the negatives because unfortunately I feel like there are more negatives than positives. And here's the thing, just a little disclaimer. I guess in a very, very small scheme of things, am part of the beauty community. I mean, I create beauty content. I'm posting, you know, videos about makeup and things like that. But I feel like because I'm such a small channel, that sometimes I feel like I'm not a part of it. Like, do you know what I mean? So when I talk about the beauty community, I'm talking about like just overall, okay? Like overall. And just because I'm saying something doesn't mean that like your favorite YouTuber acts like this. Like, please keep that in mind. This is just like what I've taken away from it. So, negative. I think it influences bad buying habits. I do. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to post my last video. And I keep referring to that video, and I'm going to refer to it a lot. So make sure that you check out that video. It's my makeup buying habits video, and I kind of posted about just kind of like how I want to make changes and things like that. So I feel like the beauty community influences bad buying habits. I mean, there are very few channels, and please comment if you disagree with me or if you want to prove me wrong, like by all means. Um, there are so many, or there are very few channels that don't like promote buying. Like it's a fact. There's a lot of people and beauty YouTubers that they're influencers, you know, and I hate that term so much, but at the end of the day, they're reviewing products and telling you whether or not you want, like, you should buy them. I mean, and so there's that. But kind of going alongside with that, it's unrealistic sometimes, the beauty community, because there are these YouTubers who have tons of subscribers and they receive tons of PR, and their subscribers are kind of like, they're okay, how do I say this? And it's just unrealistic. Like, I feel like sometimes you watch people and they just forget how much things actually cost, but they're over here recommending something that's a crap ton of money. Like, do you know what I mean? And so I feel like it's very easy to recommend something whenever you get that product for free, rather than taking a step back and looking at it and saying, okay, if I did not get this for free, if I just saw it on Trend Mood's page, would I be interested in this product? And it's hard. I mean, and I'm not in that situation. I don't know. And so I just feel like sometimes it's unrealistic because they're so involved in their channel and receiving PR, and that it's like sometimes it's unrealistic. Like, it's unrealistic because they're not paying for everything that they receive. And sometimes a lot of YouTubers, they still buy their own makeup. And honestly, not sometimes, a lot of the times, because there's no such thing as like being on every single PR list. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So like, these YouTubers are still obviously buying their own makeup and making their own content with that makeup that they buy. But still, you know, sometimes it's unrealistic, and it sets these unrealistic standards for their viewers. Now, I understand that viewers have their own responsibility. They have their own efforts that they have to make in order to make good decisions and things like that. So I understand that, but I think at the same time, creators are in control of their own content, and they're in control of the direction that they want their channel to go in. And so I feel like sometimes creators are just so competitive, and that's all they care about is just the views, the views, the views, rather than actually looking at like, okay, what am I promoting? What am I implementing on my channel? And sometimes it becomes boring. Like, I'm going to be honest. And that's another reason why I'm trying to figure out how I want my channel to go, because it can be boring. Like, I feel like everybody just does the same thing, you know, essentially. They're all just like, we're all just promoting the same thing. We're all making the same content. That it's sometimes really boring. So there's that. I'm sorry if I'm like super, super negative, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just giving my thoughts on everything. But yeah, so those are the negatives. Also, something I wanted to touch base on is like sponsorships. So here's the thing. I understand that we should be like supporting one another and happy for one another and just kind of like girl power, girl boss, all that kind of stuff. But something about sponsorships in 2020, like basically ever since the pandemic hit, something about sponsorships right now just really, really rubs me the wrong way. And I think why that is because people don't have jobs. Like, so a lot of people are on unemployment, they don't have jobs. But these YouTubers are making what, hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on one single video because it's sponsored. Something about it just rubs me the wrong way. It seems a little tacky and distasteful to me. I'm not saying that sponsorships are bad altogether, But what I am saying is that this time of craziness that's happening, I just feel like sometimes it's a little bit like out of touch with the reality of your subscribers, because it's like, how do you know? Like, yeah, your subscribers are watching, and at the end of the day, frivolous content because it's content about makeup, but how do you know that they're in the situation of being unemployed and things like that, but they're just watching YouTube like as an escape, like something to keep their mind off of the harsh reality, you know? So I feel like sponsorships right now are just a little bit distasteful. Although I do understand that, let's say, you know, there's a YouTuber and their husband lost their job or something. And that I can understand, you know, and that's kind of where I kind of bite my tongue, or bite my tongue, hold my tongue, maybe. I don't know, whatever that saying is. I'm kind of careful about what I'm saying because I don't know the situation of everybody. But I feel like YouTubers, especially ones that have almost 1 million subscribers, they make enough, I'm sure. I don't know. I'm not monetized. I don't know, but I am pretty confident in saying that they make enough in order to support their family. So I don't know. There's that. The positives, really quickly. It is a community overall. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a community, and it's always great to be part of a community. It's an escape. It's an escape for a lot of people. Like I said, it's an escape for me. I love to just turn to YouTube and just kind of like escape for a little bit, you know? There are good creators out there. My favorites are Sarah Rose, Kelly Gooch, Diary of a Beauty Guru Wannabe, I believe. Her name's Sydney. Love her. I've also been obsessed with, I think her name is Whitney. I'll link their channels down below. She has really, really helped in my like no buy type mentality thing. She's great. And then there are tons of options product wise. And so that's a pro, because back then, and I say back then, it's not even that long ago, like let's say 6 to 7 years ago, there weren't that many options when it came to makeup, especially in the drugstore. Nowadays, you can basically find anything. You don't have to break the bank to find a good foundation, to find a good brow pencil, you know? And I feel like because of these, you know, highly saturated beauty market, it's a plus because there's options for everybody, you know? Now, I don't know about inclusivity, because I know that as far as the drugstore, there's really not a whole lot of brands that are very inclusive with their shade ranges. And so that's definitely something that brands need to work on. And in 2020, there's really no excuse as to why they're not serving all markets, you know, why they're not serving all of their customers, shade range wise. So there are more options, I guess is what I'm saying. And even in high end, there's more options. And I feel like even the high end market, because the drugstore market is doing so well, high end is like, wow, I need to like pick up my game, you know? So that's a plus as well. Okay, so in the sake of time, I'm gonna do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so brows are done. I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette. I really haven't used this a whole lot this year, so I'm gonna be playing around with this one. I also want to say I apologize so much for the lighting. It's not very good. There's not a lot of daylight right now. So I hope you don't mind. Please forgive me. Okay, so now I wanted to address just kind of the last video I posted. That's what I want to address. Let me decide what I want to do first. Okay, so addressing the last video I posted. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. At this point, I am not purchasing makeup, but God, I cannot see. Okay. At this point, I am not purchasing makeup, but I don't know if, and I'm doing it, I'm not purchasing makeup right now, mainly because I just want to see what I want to do. Like, I just want to take the focus on buying new makeup out of my mind, right? and just try to figure out what I want to do. Before I come out and declare that I'm on a no buy, I want to figure out why. I want to figure out my why. I know that that sounds super cheesy, but it's the truth. I want to know why am I doing it? And then, of course, what I want to get out of it. Like, that's my biggest thing. Because let's say I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go on a no buy for 6 months. Okay, at the end of the 6 months, am I just going to go back to like my crazy spending habits on makeup, or like what's going to happen? And that's what I want to figure out, because I don't want to just like purge, right? Like after the no buy is over, and then basically like just bring in all of this new makeup, because I don't want to do that. I definitely want to, like, for sure, if I know anything, it is that I want to get more familiar with my collection. That's like the biggest thing that I want to do. Like, this is one of my favorite palettes and I hardly use it. And it's actually going to be, and I'm planning on filming a 12 pans of Christmas video. Basically, it's just going to be like a Christmas project where I try to focus on 12 items and try to either finish them or just get usage on them. And this palette is going to be one of them, because it is already 2 years old and I feel like I haven't even used it 10 times. Like, it's ridiculous. So I do want to get more familiar with my collection, like, for sure, and just get to the point where I've used all of my eyeshadow palettes multiple times, and I'm able to say an opinion about whether I like it or not. Because ultimately, I also want to declutter my collection, not to the point where I want to just like replace everything by buying new products. No, I just want to have it more curated to things that I know that I like and that I love. As far as how long I want the no buy to last, why I'm doing the no buy, how I'm doing the no buy, that's tough. And I want to be able to pinpoint it before I go in and say it, that that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I went ahead and just completed my eyeshadow. This video is getting so long and I don't want to keep you guys here forever. So I'm just going to go ahead and put on some lip gloss. This is the Buxom lip cream in the shade Pumpkin Spice Latte. I've been loving this. All right, so this is the final look. I did use the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette, and yeah, I really like the look. So anyways, just to recap, going over today's video, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry it was so long. I just wanted to just kind of touch base with you. I've been on YouTube for a year, letting you guys know how I like it, why I started my channel, a little bit about myself. Also, just a few thoughts on the beauty community, and I hope that you're able to just understand where I'm coming from. Please comment your thoughts on everything, and I would love to hear from you guys. As far as the last video that I posted, I just don't know what I'm going to call it. I'm for sure not purchasing makeup right now, just because I'm trying to gather all of my thoughts. I'm trying to figure out what exactly is the best for me and my channel. But definitely stay tuned for that 12 pans of Christmas video. I'm hopefully going to be filming that very soon and uploading it very soon. Just stay tuned for what's to come. If I am going to be on a no buy, I will definitely still be, putting up content and putting up videos. It's just going to be in a different direction. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are well, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.